Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to make a video again on anxious avoidance. This is a big topic for me on my journey, as I've discussed many times. It's definitely been a pattern that not only do I have, but I think most of society has to some level. I think it just gets particularly activated in those of us that really want to kind of work through it in this lifetime. That's my belief anyway. But I wanted to say something that I've really had a shift with, because I've been having a lot of shifts with the anxious and avoidant pattern. I really have kind of almost completely got rid of the anxious side, as I think I've said in other videos, and I'm not saying I've completely got rid, but to a point where it absolutely doesn't kind of like take over my life anymore. And I feel that shadow comes up then of the sort of more avoidant. I mean, my belief is that we're all anxious and we're all avoidant, because actually if you are anxious and you're chasing, you're actually really chasing unavailable people or people that can't be available for whatever reason. So technically you're still avoidant, right? Both sides are actually avoidant of intimacy, and they're using either pulling back or pushing forwards as a means of control. And you'll often find that actually it switches over, and one person will often chase somebody and then, or run away from somebody, and then they'll go chase somebody else, and you'll be like, hold on, how did that happen? And I feel we all have this duality within us, and we, like, depending on the connection is how it's going to come out of us. And I do really honestly believe that we all have both those patterns. But something that I've really been working through recently is I realised, because I have such a massive fear of rejection, that has always been like one of my biggest kind of motivators, that fear of rejection generally around my looks. I always felt like I wasn't attractive enough or physically attractive enough. So if I had any hint of rejection, I would just shut down completely. Really close down, and you can feel that your energy, like you will meet someone and you're in amazing flow and you will feel that tightening, and that tightening can come from like anyway, right? But for me, that's how I feel. It can come from either side. But I feel that kind of like tightening up, wanting to just block, wanting to get that person away, and essentially wanting to basically reject them before they can reject me, or make sure that they can't reject me any further. And lately I've just been trying to really break that pattern and like lean into it. And that's less uncomfortable now than it would have been in the past. But that's an uncomfortable thing to sort of allow the plan to unfold, not to always close it down. And this also ties into manifesting as well. It's basically around not being triggered and not being reactive, because even when I'm manifesting stuff, what I notice is just before I get something, especially if it's something big, I tend to have it like something completely fall away first. Like it looks like it's going in the opposite direction, and if I don't respond to it, then the thing tends to unfold. And if I react and respond to it, then it kind of falls away and you kind of have to go around the loop again. And to me, this is the same dynamic really as what's coming up in the anxious avoidant. It's like, if you can not react to the rejection and you can sort of stay leaning into it and not just shut up all the walls and block and back away, you can actually find that the situation can transform around you. And it's basically just trusting the plan. It's trusting your soul's plan. It's trusting God's plan. It's trusting that everything happens for a reason, especially when it's something you're really drawn to, you're really inspired by it, or you're feeling very passionate about it. Then it's that idea that you're trusting your path, you're allowing it to unfold and play out, and you're not just like closing down and shuttering up and being reactive and triggered at the first kind of hurdle. And for me, this is the key with not only anxious and avoidant, what I'm learning is one of the sort of stages that I'm at the moment, but also just with manifesting. And it's proven to me time and time again, when I don't respond or react to a sort of rejection or a negative, it always unfolds beautifully, really. It either happens or something even better comes in, and you don't even care anymore anyway about the other thing, So my little bit today is kind of that allowing yourself to kind of lean forwards and not just immediately shut her off to remain, because it's about retaining control. And if we want to have amazing, passionate, heartfelt experiences, they come from a place that's not control. So we have to learn to try and let that control go, or this is what I'm feeling anyway at the moment, and learn to be in a vulnerable state, because we can't have union, we can't have really anything from our heart actually unless we can hit that vulnerable state. And that means not controlling it, and not trying to manipulate it, and just sort of allowing it to unfold. So that's my little bit of inspiration that has been coming to me this week. I hope everybody is good, and I'll speak soon. Bye.